News Alert.
And our breaking news at 11, we are getting the preliminary results in tonight's Oregon primary. Welcome to KOIN News 6 at 11 o'clock. I'm Jeff Gianola.
I'm Emily Burris in for Jennifer Hoff.
Okay, let's get right to the mayor's races and the latest numbers. Ted Wheeler in the lead, followed by Sarah Iannarone. And this will determine, will Ted Wheeler be elected tonight if he gets more than 50% of the vote? It's a little too early to tell right now. If he does, he'll be the first two-term mayor since Vera Katz in 2004, or will he be heading into a runoff with Iannarone? We're watching it closely.
We know we'll be seeing some new faces on the Portland City Commission. Commissioner seat 1, replacing Amanda Fritz. Carmen Rubio easily winning this race, making her the first Latinx member of Portland City Council.
Here's the tight race tonight. Portland City Commissioner number 4, Chloe Udaley's seat, and it is a three-way race right now. And this is going to be close, and that includes Sam Adams. And here's the numbers right now. We wanted to get the latest for you. Look how close that is, Emily.
It certainly is. We want to begin our live team coverage tonight with this race for the seat currently being held by Udaley. Our Lindsay Nadrich is live downtown. Lindsay, we knew a runoff was likely here, but this is a really close three-way race.
Yeah, Chloe Udaley is facing a tough challenge from both former Portland Mayor Sam Adams and former City Hall employee Mingus Mapps. The top two move on to the general election in November. I spoke to all three candidates earlier this evening.
All right, we've got the first round of ballots out, and it's a nail biter.
We're very excited about this. This has to be one of the closest city council elections in Portland history.
I feel good. I mean, it's a roller coaster for sure. It's interesting, the different stages of campaigning that you go through.
The race for position 4 on Portland City Council is a close one. Former City Hall employee Mingus Mapps said he knew this would be a tough race.
I get the intensity and the seriousness of this moment. You know, if we go back even 100 years, Oregon still had laws that forbid African Americans from even being in the state. And now here I am working on becoming the third African American to ever serve, or African American male to serve on city council. So it's exciting. And it's a heavy responsibility.
Both Mingus and former Mayor Sam Adams had Zoom watch parties with supporters. Campaigning has looked very different during this pandemic.
It's been a great campaign. We've, despite the pandemic, we've been able to, get out and meet people virtually, thanks to Zoom and social media and emails. It's no substitute for in-person interactions, but I've just been so grateful for the amount of support.
At last check, Udaley still had a slight lead.
Tonight I feel excited and just kind of looking forward to this phase of the campaign being over, and hoping I get to go back to work tomorrow and solely focus on my job, which is extra challenging right now. Or if not, I will likely be heading to a runoff, and at least that will be a more focused campaign.
Again, this is a very close race right now. Udaley still has a slight lead, but Mapps and Adams are neck and neck for that second spot. Live in Portland, I'm Lindsay Nadrich, KOIN 6 News.
Okay, Lindsay, thank you. The vote continues to come in Multnomah County. Let's check back with the mayor's race. And Lisa, very close with incumbent Ted Wheeler. The question tonight, will he get more than 50%, or will he head into a runoff with Sarah Iannarone? I know you've talked to both of them. What are they saying tonight?
Yeah, both of them say they're not surprised by how close this race is, considering there are 19 candidates on the ballot for mayor. And it looks like at this hour is just checking that they may both have to go to bed tonight not knowing if there's going to be a runoff. Now, I asked both candidates what they will campaign on in the coming months, if they do end up opponents between now and November, also why they think this was the outcome so far tonight.
I want to continue to work on the chronic homeless situation, and by that I don't mean just creating more campsites throughout the city like my opponent does. What I mean is connecting people to the services they need to get off and stay off the streets.
We are not surprised, given COVID, given the status quo bias, given people's need for security. We're not surprised by these outcomes, but we're actually very excited about our prospects in November.
Now, Ayanna Roan supports organized community villages of homeless throughout the city. She ran against Wheeler back in 2016, came in third in that primary, which he won. And you know how they say every vote counts? Well, this is an example of that, because the current Mayor Wheeler has to win by just one vote over 50% to actually take this race and not face a runoff in November. By the way, the counting will go on all night long. We'll have new numbers in the morning, and it still might be some time before we know for sure what's going to happen in the end with this. Live in downtown Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.
Lisa, thanks. We want to take a look at several ballot measures now. Let's begin with Measure 209. This was the City of Portland's motor vehicle fuel tax. Portlanders voting overwhelmingly yes to renew that gas tax for another 4 years.
And the one everyone was talking about, the homeless services tax on businesses and high earners, that overwhelmingly passed as well. Jenny Young following both these tax measures tonight. Jenny, a big surprise to a lot of folks that in these tough economic times, these two big money measures passed.
Well, Jeff, I can tell you the folks behind Measure 210 really excited tonight. We talked to them within the last hour and a half, and they are celebrating. This is up by about 55,000 votes, overwhelmingly passed here in Multnomah County, which I think a lot of people were expecting. However, they voted it down in Washington County, and I can tell you opponents, people against this, say it is not fair for individuals, businesses, or consumers.
This is a monumental achievement tonight, and a monumental task ahead of us.
A task to end chronic homelessness in the Tri-County area.
Only net income is taxed.
Metro Council approved Measure 210 just 3 months ago. It had a well-organized and well-financed campaign run by a group called Better Together. I took a look at the campaign contributions, and in the last week alone, they raised hundreds of thousands of dollars and even had a $10,000 cash donation from one of Governor Kate Brown's political action committees. I was told some of that cash was used to fight against misinformation from the opposition.
Suggesting that this was a tax directly on groceries and medicine in the middle of a pandemic when people are worried about their ability to afford groceries and medicine.
Lynn Snodgrass is the CEO of the Gresham Chamber. They campaigned against the measure. She says it was put on the ballot too soon and says it's not fair to place more financial burden on people and businesses during an economic crisis.
It wasn't a matter of winning or losing. Let's just do it right. And now's not the time to tax. But if they win, and right now it appears that they will, doggone it, they better do it right.
So we're told that this tax will kick in January 2021, and it will fund homeless services for the next 10 years. Reporting live tonight, Jenny Young, KOIN 6 News.
All right, Jenny, thank you. We want to take a look now at the Secretary of State race, an expensive race on the Democratic side here. Oregon Senator Mark Hass, the likely winner of the Democratic primary for Secretary of State, ahead of Senator Shemia Fagan at this hour by about 3% of the vote. On the Republican side, we know that Kim Thatcher has been declared the winner here in this race, 85% of the vote over Dave Stauffer.
Oh, KOIN 6 now calling the race for Multnomah County District Attorney. This was not even close. Mike Schmidt will be the new DA, replacing Rod Underhill. And we spoke to political analyst Ben Gastins to get his take on today's results so far. Here's what he had to say about the impact of coronavirus on the election for Portland mayor.
Again, when there is a lot of ambiguity going on and things are up in the air, sticking with the leadership you have is something that voters are more likely to do. And I think also the fact that there was no competitive Democratic presidential primary may have made it so that some of the progressive voters that may have supported Sarah Iannarone were not as enthusiastic or likely to participate. And so I think those two contextual factors definitely helped Ted Wheeler get above that 50% mark.
2016 primary, Wheeler got 54.7% of the vote, avoiding a runoff. He could do that tonight. He is ahead. Iannarone got a third of that last year with just under 12%. So we're following this very closely. The vote's still coming in. Now the Attorney General race, that has been decided, and this will be on your ballot in November. Democrat Ellen Rosenblum, who run unopposed, she's, of course, the candidate, and then Michael Cross, the Republican. They'll face off in November.
Another Portland City Commissioner seat. We want to take a look at position 2. This is finishing the term for the late Commissioner Nick Fish. At this hour, it's looking like things will be headed to a runoff in the fall. Loretta Smith in the lead with 19% of the vote, followed by Dan Ryan and Tara Hurst. The late Commissioner Fish was a role model for Carmen Rubio, who we told you earlier that became the first Latinx member of Portland City Council. She spoke about his influence after seeing tonight's results.
I would want to thank him for inspiring, telling me that I needed to run for this seat and for believing that I could do it when I wasn't even sure I believed it yet myself. His example is what I will look to, and I hope my actions will be ones that would have made him proud.
We'll be talking to Rubio tomorrow morning on AM Extra. That starts at 7 a.m. on Portland CW.
Let's get to some of the congressional races. And remember, Greg Walden now is going to retire. So this was the Democratic race for District 2 right now. And there you can see the numbers. It's very close, but Nick Hertz looks like he has a lead over Alex Spencer. On the Republican side, to replace Greg Walden, here's the latest results. Cliff Bentz with a lead over Newt Bueller. And it looks like Cliff Bentz will most likely win tonight.
We take a look at District 5, the Democratic side of the race. Incumbent Kurt Schrader, again, going to be running in the fall, 70% of the vote. On the Republican side, District 5 Republican, the results so far, we have more right now on KOIN.com, but you can see Amy Ryan Corser in the lead with 52% of the vote.
And of course, stay with KOIN 6.